What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and nearly the entire Star Wars fandom is united right now against Pablo Hidalgo. Lucasfilm story group leader Pablo Hidalgo, after his comments to Star Wars Theory, the biggest Star Wars YouTube channel around it, nearly 3 million subscribers, when he seemingly made fun of him for his reaction to Luke Skywalker's return in The Mandalorian, where he was crying. There are a lot of videos out there with that reaction in there, where he had a very emotional reaction to Luke Skywalker's return. And now, he has been forced to make an apology. Well, maybe apology is a better way with the quotes around it, because it's not really an apology. It's more like, I'm sorry that you felt that way. You misunderstood what I meant by that apology. But let's get into it right now, just to set it up. Keep in mind that Star Wars Theory did tweet this out a few days ago, or yesterday. Pablo Hidalgo is chiming in on this thread, which is making fun of me for being emotional over Luke Skywalker. I don't mind trolls, but I can't see what he's said, and I'd hate to believe someone would join in as a Lucasfilm official. Can someone who can see screenshot his replies? And then here it is. He puts this: emotions are not for sharing. Well, here it is, basically Pablo validating that post and undermining my emotions. Expected to see more from that. And then after that, Pablo chimes in to make fun, deletes the tweet, then puts one of them as his header. How is this acceptable from someone so high up at Lucasfilm? You're telling people it's not okay to have emotions about work your company produces, so you make fun of them for crying? Not okay. And you can see that Pablo Hidalgo did indeed delete the tweet, then put it as his profile header. Now, Pablo Hidalgo has come out and tried to clarify exactly what happened, and we're going to go over that. I'm going to let you guys judge for yourself what you feel his intent was before I go and kind of give my take. In the wake of outrage over his comments to Star Wars Theory, and this is from Ichibaka, Disney Star Wars is dumb, hail Ichibaka. We're going to talk about Data Racer tweets as well. I'm going to put links to both those guys' websites and or Twitter bios so you can go support them, because without what they're able to do and put together, I wouldn't be able to make the videos I do. So thank you to those guys. In the wake of the outrage over his comments, Pablo Hidalgo recently posted the following: I wish to clarify that my post that emotions are not to be shared was sarcastic self-mockery and was certainly not intended to be hurtful to anyone, and I'm deeply sorry that it was. As a lifelong fan, I appreciate fans expressing how they feel. It's what being a fan is all about. We can't all be together in movie theaters or at conventions right now, so express yourself online. In fact, those of us not prone to display such displays will quietly live vicariously through your energy. Now, in a normal situation, you might take this at face value and say, okay, I believe you, Pablo, it was just a mix-up. But the problem is, Pablo Hidalgo has a history of being a complete asshole to anyone he disagrees with. He has a history of going and mocking and deriding and making fun of Star Wars fans if he doesn't necessarily agree with them, or if he doesn't think they think the right way. That is what he has done over his entire career. So for a lot of people, it's hard to believe this fake apology, because that's what this is. This was no doubt in my mind that Disney PR approached him, Lucasfilm PR approached him, and said, you better fucking apologize for what you said, or clarify what you said without actually apologizing, because that's what this is. I wish to clarify that my post was this: I'm sorry if anyone misinterpreted it and was hurt by that. Effectively is what this is saying. And this is the post right here. There's a lot of quote tweets. There's a lot of comments. It's not ratio. There are more likes than comments or quote tweets. But Pablo Hidalgo, that is his statement. Now, something that people are finding very peculiar is the fact that this is Pablo Hidalgo's account. That is his Twitter handle. But it's been purged of all followers and all following. And when he unprotected it, he nuked the entire account. There is nothing left here except these 2 tweets. A lot of speculation that it's really hard to prove one way or the other exactly what happened. Ichibaka has some tracking of that on Disney Star Wars is dumb as well. But Pablo, you come out. First of all, you have been making fun of people for fucking years. And now, when you make fun of the biggest Star Wars YouTuber, apparently, and he calls you out in it, now you're being forced to apologize. What about all of the other people that aren't the most important Star Wars YouTuber? What about all those people that were turned away, that were upset, that were hurt by the things that this dude has said while working for Disney Lucasfilm, while working for Kathleen Kennedy? He has been a problem for years, not just since The Last Jedi. Since Disney took over, this dude has been running wild and talking shit to so many people and turning off so many fans. But that's just how it is. I don't think he's going anywhere, and I'm not going to call for anybody to be fired, because that's not what I do. I'm not going to say you need to fire this guy. What I am going to say is that Pablo Hidalgo needs to change the way that he fucking treats people. That is quite evident, because he continues to push people away. But this is really the question that so many people are asking right now. You apologized, kind of, for that, Pablo Hidalgo. Where is your apology for all of this? Where is your apology for all of the other fans that you have made feel like fucking shit over the last 3 years? That so many people called you out on. Whether they were the ones being attacked or not, there are a lot of people who have been standing up for Star Wars fans who feel like they're being cast out, who feel like they're being under attack by people at Lucasfilm. Where are the apologies for all of those people? Take a look at this history. This is from October of 2019. This has been going on a fucking while, hasn't it? Remember, fandom's optional. Like what you like, you don't have to share it with anyone, let alone assholes. While shitty Star Wars posts, Star Wars Takes, who has blocked me, by the way, even though I never interacted with you. Isn't that strange that you're such a pussy, Star Wars Takes, that you blocked me for some reason? Maybe it's because I've never had a shitty Star Wars take and you felt you never needed to see my profile. That might be it. That may in fact be it. Star Wars, Pablo Hidalgo replying about Star Wars fandoms being shitty, being toxic man babies. It's always been shitty, but there's an enclave of scientists uncovering a new strata of shitty hitherto unseen. Let's see, what else do we have? Of course, a bunch of likes and retweets of shitty Star Wars takes, making fun of fans, shitting on fans. Interesting, Pablo Hidalgo. Liking and retweeting all of these posts, right? All of these posts that call people who don't like the sequel trilogy racist, misogynist, istophobes, all of these things, toxic man babies, all of this shit from Lucasfilm. That is what Pablo Hidalgo has been doing for years. Pablo's trying to walk his comments back now. We have the receipts, bruh. Multiple Lucasfilm employees are retweeting this SJW troll account while attacking fans. You are employees. What's wrong with you people? He also admitted he fights with Fandom Menace. That's true. He fights with Fandom Menace. He did admit that because he's worried people will listen to them. Lucasfilm's worried Star Wars fans will listen to other Star Wars fans' opinions. And when you go back to this, Ichibaka discovers a lot more things, where he has an enemies list that include a lot of people at Geeks and Gamers, a lot of people in the Fandom Menace. The enemies of Pablo Hidalgo, very interesting. Talking shit about Raylos, talking shit about all other fandoms. This is what Pablo Hidalgo has been doing for years. Now, in my earlier video, I watched a little bit of Star Wars Theory stream. I'm not really going to talk about Star Wars Theory too much. This is what I will say, though. Not everyone has the platform of the biggest Star Wars YouTuber around. A lot of people might have 100 followers on Twitter. They get made fun of by someone like Pablo Hidalgo. And what do? They just feel ostracized. They leave the Star Wars fandom. They feel embarrassed. It's a Lucasfilm employee publicly shitting on them simply for their opinion. That carries a lot of weight. Not everyone has that big channel they can go to and say, look at what happened to me. For a lot of people, they required other people to recognize what was happening to them and stand up for them. Now, what Pablo Hidalgo did to Star Wars Theory, right, whether he intended to or not, the fact that he put that profile, pinned it on his profile, the deleted tweet, that says that he was clearly being a fucking troll about all of this, right? That he was clearly trying to get under his skin by doing that. So whether that was the intent or not, he was trying to be an asshole. Star Wars Theory is not the first person that Pablo has been an asshole to. He's been the last one that he was an asshole to. What about all of those other people that don't have that voice to stand up for themselves? They required other people. And for me, I am going to stand up for those other people when it happens. I'm not just going to wait until he comes after me to say something about it. So that's what I'm doing right now. Even if it's someone I don't necessarily agree with, I'm going to say that is wrong. That should not happen. But again, that's just me. Can't expect anyone else to do that. But we'll see where we go from here. I think a lot of people are now talking about him. I think he's in a lot of hot water, and he was forced to make this fake apology. Where we go from here is yet to be determined. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone, and a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.